All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Houston Texans. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. Here's Sanders, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Throwing on third down, Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Down, 30 base.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check three.
And go. Five.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
It's out of time. It's out of time, guys. It's out of time. Check. 25. Check 25.
Come. Speed grip.
Gordon. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So following the run by Gordon, here's first and 10. From the gun, Eason. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf.
To throw on third down, Eason. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Deontay Thompson. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
55, right there in the middle, 55. I got you, son. I got you.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Buying time. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it and picked up by the Chargers. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the counter, here's Gordon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Come on, set. 60 or. Shit. You draw Porter. Check out. Hey, let go.
From the gun on third down. Eason able to find Switzer. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Switch. 41 to Mike.
Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
60 outlaw.
On second down, it's Gordon. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And it looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. We're scoreless after one. Badgley able to punch this one through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
On first down, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Texans, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the dump-off at second down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
It's a second down run with Sanders. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Throwing again is Watson. And that's complete to Sanders.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
It's been a long day for you. Kill. He's coming.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And the grab by Croft. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 5-yard line.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now it's Watson. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Uchenna Nwosu coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Watson now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly...
He's got a man complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for L.A. 62 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 9 now. The quick slant caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. You got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson going deep for Hopkins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not.
And look at this, it's a fake. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Ready? 15, Ronnie. 15 line.
Cut. He's crashing.
Get it.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready?
On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Strong right. Strong right. 4 down. 4 down.
Hey, Haywood.
Operating from the gun, Eason. And able to connect with Barrios. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Ready, set.
41's the mic. Check.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Here we go. Go team, spill.
Right here. 41 mic.
2nd and 4. Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Set 50, plant.
Check 52.
Greystone, travel. 5.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Come on,
So a first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46.
61, match box now.
Back to throw. Eason. He completes it to Henry. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, 46 yards. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. So that'll back him up 5. Badgley on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Exit.
49,
49, over. We ain't beginning to turn you up.
To throw is Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Switzer. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 45 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball.
The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the deep.
There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown, L.A. Melvin Gordon, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
34, Texans 3.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run with Sanders. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked in. Side to 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Going to give this time to the tailback. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And it's taken in at the 9. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Watson. It's caught by Sanders. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and it's 3rd and short.
Set. 19.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Check 9, let's go.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check Mike, check Mike.
Here's Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On the draw, here's Sanders. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where I came from.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
It's our time. It's our time.
Now.
They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
But not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
He can't hang. He's not.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Another run here with Sanders. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Going for it with Sanders. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a carry for Sanders.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for our visitors, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Houston, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.